What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. This is my MK5 Supra, and in typical BMW fashion, we're going to be doing an oil change.
And today, we're going to show you what we're doing to give this car a proper oil change. Hopefully you find it helpful, and hopefully you enjoy the video. Let's get right into it.
If you're doing this oil change in your garage at home with a jack and jack stands or with a lift, here are the jacking points that you'll want to use. So here on the side, the car already has built-in jacking points that you're going to want to use. You can see the little pod is right here, and in the rear it looks the exact same. And when you go to jack up your car or put your lift on the car, you want to put these little pucks inside of the housing, just like so. They're keyed, so you really can't mess that up. But as you lift, you want to put this inside of that housing, and you're going to get a perfect 50-50 split when you lift the car up. All right, so we have our lifting point set, and obviously before we get it up off the ground and start draining the oil, we're gonna pop the hood and get the oil cap off.
And now she goes up.
All right, now that she's up in the air, the rear jacking point is right here on the rear diff. Do not want to put your jack on this, that would suck. This is your rear diff cooler. Now for the front jacking point, it's going to be on this skid plate. You see the little circle here, that's where you want to lift it. Kind of go on that bolt as well. And in our case, this is what we did to lift it up. We have our pucks inside of the mounting points on the front. And in the rear, since the lift is not long enough for these mounting points, we put the pucks inside of these little rubber things that go on top of our jacking points. We kind of use the lift arm to make it work. Check this thing out under here. Got a nice AWE exhaust. And also the first time I saw this, I thought that was wood. It's not wood. And now to get to the drain plug, you want to grab this guy. Just kind of remove it. And it even says it on there, very easy.
All right, so today we're going to be using OW20 oil, liquid moly. If you do your own research, you'll see a lot of stuff online about people talking about using 5W30 instead of OW20. OW20 is what's in the user's manual. I don't track this car at the moment either, so I'm going to keep running with the thinner oil for now, and probably switch to 5W30 once the car's tuned and all that good stuff. And then as far as the oil capacity goes for the Supra, it holds about 7 quarts or 6.5 liters. So right here we have 5 liters. This one is full for 1 liter, and then this one is half full. So we're gonna be putting in 6.5 liters.
Supra.
And then as far as the filters go, we're gonna be using a MAN filter. These are made in Germany. From my understanding, these are basically the OEM BMW oil filters, just rebranded. And they cost a lot less than if you were to buy one from dealership. So then when we pop this guy open, what you're gonna get is your filter, typical BMW cylindrical filter. And then we also have our new O-ring, as well as a crush washer for the oil drain plug.
Now here's a drain plug, and it is a 17 millimeter. God. Let's see if I can do this without getting any oil on me, which I've already failed. Oh, it's gonna come flowing out. Here we go. Dude, you have a ton of like sparkly, I'm just kidding. Yeah. She is draining. She's a little dark, but it's looking pretty good. All right, we got one of the hardest parts, switching the crush washer. There we go. Now up here, we removed the engine cover, obviously, but we have the oil filter housing right here up top, and it's a 32 millimeter or 1 1/4. Looks like you got a lot of metal in there. All right, so you just kind of pull on it, and sometimes that'll give you a little bit of trouble, but you have to use brute force. You don't want to use too much brute force It'll come off eventually.
So basically, yeah, there's no rotation or like, you know, keys or anything like that. It's just pressure fit. You just pop it in and out. But yeah, if you yank too hard, there's a chance you'll rip the filter in half and then you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, you'll definitely be in trouble with that.
All right, so now what we're doing is we're just gonna take off this O-ring that goes along the oil filter cap right here. So the new oil filter came with another one of these, so we're just gonna be replacing it. Once we get this off, we're gonna lube up the new one and just pop it on. All right, so all I'm gonna do is get some oil that's left over in here on my finger. I'm just gonna rub it around on the O-ring. All right, just gonna pop it on. There we go. All right, so now we got our new filter, and it's just gonna clip into those little teeth down there. So just gonna insert it. Good to go. I don't know if you have to or are supposed to, but
Lube it up.
just to be sure. All right, so now all we're gonna do is pop our filter and our filter housing back in. And then it'll slide in a little snug, but yep. Then I'll grab the ratchet and tighten it up.
Now the torque spec is right on top. You can see it says 25 Newton meters. All right, so now that's tight and torqued down. We're gonna go ahead and put the drain plug back on.
All right, so now we're just gonna clean this up, put our bolt back in. And then the torque spec for this is, I believe, 15 Newton meters, which is roughly, I don't know, probably like 12 pounds. So snug, and then a little bit more. There we go. Gotta have it facing the right way.
So now that the dusty ass engine cover is on, gonna go under here, check it out, make sure there's no leaks, and looks like we are a-okay. So now that we have no dipstick, we're gonna start it, let it sit until it gets warm, and then you can start measuring your oil. Get a little cold start action.
So all we've done so far is just open up the oil engine level menu, and now we're going to measure the engine oil level. We'll see if it'll go. The car's been running for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, it says measurement only possible after longer drive, approximately 30 minutes, yada, yada, yada. So now it starts auto revving up, and it'll measure the oil level. We are pretty much right at max, so perfect. Shut the car off, and then we're going to send it into diagnostic mode. So to do that, it's 3 clicks on the ignition button pretty quickly. All right, so we're now in diagnostic mode. So there's a little button down here that you can't really see, but we're just gonna push and hold. Just gonna bring up engine oil service required. We're gonna push and hold again. Reset possible, push and hold again. Reset, we're gonna push and hold one more time. And it is resetting. Reset successful, all good. Go ahead and hit the ignition button one more time. And we are done.
Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful and now know how to change your oil on your MK5 Supra. Go ahead and follow Andrew at Nocturnal Auto on Instagram. And that's another job well done. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, there we go. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one.